Welcome back, IT friends. So today in this video, we will cover hub and spoke topology of networking. So in this kind of networking, as we can see in our network diagram, there is this green area, and again blue area and yellow area. Now this one is directly connected to this router, right? And again the blue router is connected with the yellow router. uh, when we try to connect with this network, now this router knows where this network is because it's directly connected. But at the same time, now when this router tries to connect this network, it doesn't know how to get to this network. And at the same time, when we try to connect with this network from here, this network or this router doesn't know how to go back there, right? So we have to configure static routes. We can also do that with the dynamic routing, but static route is a good way to understand the background of routing, how the routing works. And for smaller networks, it's always a better idea to just keep static networking. But as the network get bigger, it becomes very essential to do the dynamic routing. So now we'll try to understand what this static routing is and what stub routing is. So now first of all, if we get into green router, and now this is the routing table on green router right here. So we see it can connect with 10.0.0 network or 10.1.1 network because it's the local network. It's right there. So it's connected with the local network, so it can connect with it. At the same time, it can connect with 192.168.1 network. But at the same time, we'll come to see when we look at the routing table of blue router, now here we see that because this router is connected with two networks, so it knows about 192.168.1 network, it knows about 192.168.2 network right here, but it has no clue how to get to 10.1.1 network or 172.16.10 network. So this is why we have to set the static routing and also the stub routing, and I'll explain what's the difference between those two. Now here we can see that it's a isolated network, so there is nothing on that side, there is no networking on that side. The only side that traffic needs to go is this way, because this is only local traffic. So now if a router is a side router, it doesn't have anywhere else to go, we call it we configure stub routing here, because we just have to tell the router that this is the way to go to any traffic other than the local traffic. Okay, so let's go and configure stub routing on this, and this is called stub routing because it has no other way, just one direction. So Let's go to configuration mode, and let's enter a route which is a stub route. Okay, so IP route 0.0.0.0.0.0.0. That means any network, 0.0.0.0.0 network, any network with any subnet needs to go to where? Now look at this router, green router. The IPA on this one is 192.168.1.1, and the IPA on this connected router is 192.168.1.2. So it has to, the traffic has to go to this way, because this is the default direction of traffic flow, right? There's nowhere else to go, so just there, right? So 192.168.1.2. so this is the 2 address. That's why I've written 2 here and 1 here. So let's just do enter, and let's just save it. Now we see that, we know that we have just configured stub routing on this one. Now if the traffic is going this way, now this router doesn't know how to go back there, because as we saw before, the route to 10.1.1 network is not there, right? So we have to configure a route to this network, right? So let's, now this is called static routing, because now this one is connected with 2 networks. It's not connected with the side router. It has 2 different directions, so the traffic needs to go to 2 different directions. That's why it's called hub, and these are called spoke, hub and spoke technology. Oh, sorry, hub and spoke topology. Sorry for that. So now how do we set a static route on this one so that it sends the traffic there? So now we enter. First we go to configuration mode, and then IP route. Now which network it has to send to? 10.1.1.0 network. That's the network it's sending traffic to. Now the subnet mask for this one is 255.255.255.0, right? And now which direction, which router it's sending the traffic to? So the blue router is sending the traffic to green router, right? Only address it knows right now is this one. So this, the traffic for this network needs to go to this interface right here, right? So we type 192.168.1.1, right? So we do a save here. Now we can see, if we try to ping, first of all let's ping 10.1.1.1. That's the router IP address, right? So this is the green router, so we see it's working. Now let's try pinging this interface right here. So ping 192.168.1.1, right? This one is working. Now we just configured a static route on a stub route on this one and a stub route on this one for this network. So that should work too, because it should be able to send back address to here. Now, so let's go there, and let's try pinging 2, right? So this is 192.168.1.2. Otherwise, this router wouldn't have known how to send traffic back here. Now that we just set the route here, so it should be working. Now it's working, but at the same time, if we try to ping to this address, it shouldn't work, because then it won't be able to send traffic back here. So let's try pinging 1. So we're pinging this interface of yellow network here, or yellow router here. So 192.168.2.2, right? So let's try pinging. It's not working. Why it's not working? Because this router doesn't know how to send back traffic to here, or this router doesn't know how to send traffic there, right? So let's complete our routing. Now this one just needed one route. This is a stub network, and this one just needed one route. This one also needs one route because it's also a stub network. There is no router on this direction. So let's start with this first. IP route. Now what we're doing is we're setting up a stub network. So that means 0.0.0.0. That means any network with subnet address, any subnet address, right? And all the traffic should go this direction to this interface of blue router, right? So let's see. Let's see what's the address. It's 192.168.2.1, right? And let's do a save there. Now we have to go back to this blue router, because we know that the traffic being coming to sorry, if we look at the route here, let's see the new route, because it just added a static route, and we have to look at updated route, right? So now if you look at it, it shows this static route just added for 10 network. At the same time, we have to do the same thing for 172.16 10 network. So let's do that. IP route. So we're sending traffic there. So let's do 172.16.10.0 255.255.255.0 network, and this traffic has to go through there. Where? So through which interface are we talking about? This router is sending the traffic, and to this interface to get to this network. So address will be 192.168.2.2, right? So let's do an enter. Let's do a right, and let's look at our routing table again. Now, as we can see, there is two static routes now. One is for the 10 network and the other one is for 16 network. So now the traffic should be able to flow all around towards this direction, towards this direction. It should all be set. So let's go to this PC first, and let's try pinging somewhere here, right, to this router, to this server, right? So let's do that. Ping 172.16 dot 10 dot 10, right? So this is working, and at the same time, if we try to ping this printer, that should be working too. It's taking, the ARP is taking its time, so it should be working just fine. Okay, so because it has to populate the ARP table, that's why it took a little while. So this is okay, and now we'll check from here if it can go to this PC. That means the network is working all around, right? So let's ping 10 dot 1 dot 1 dot, what's the IP of this PC? This is 100, right? So all around it's working just fine. And the final thing to check is if this is a web server, so a yellow server is a web server. Let's try to go to the website there. It's 172.16.10.10. So we should be able to pull out the website. Okay, so this is working just fine, and everything is working all around traffic. Thank you so much. And if you haven't subscribed, or if you like the video, just click on like and subscribe. So see you next time. Thank you so much.